Okay, if we look at this image here, it looks okay at first glance. It's quite monochromatic, but his flesh tones just don't look right. They're not healthy. Now, flesh tones tend to be made up of either magenta yellow or red magenta or red yellow. So that kind of combination, depending which one you choose, gives them a sort of warm glow and sort of healthy look to them that you want to probably achieve. So I'm going to get my colour balance, not my brightness and contrast, but colour balance. There we go. Up, there we go. And I'm going to add a bit of magenta just to see what happens and throw that into the mix. And we'll notice that we're sort of adding a colour cast in that certainly puts a little bit more life into the image. Now the question is, do I need to add red? That's probably too much. So probably a combination of, and I'll just reset that to 0, red, magenta, yellow, helps give him a healthier look. And then click OK. And then you can see there's before and there's after, and the colour cast becomes a little bit more apparent. Let's now though go in and go into hue and saturation and go into our magentas. And this time we want to do the opposite of what we did with the potatoes. We want to maybe add a little bit more saturation specifically to the magenta areas, and then look at the yellow and just see if that a bit too much on the yellows, so we'll tone it back a little bit, maybe +5. Or if you wanted to, if I do Alt and reset or Option reset, just go for +15 saturation overall, and you'll see you get a much warmer picture. The only thing is you've got to be careful of lips and things like that it doesn't get too hot. You can cool them down just by working the layer mask, but there's before, like so, and you can see how insipid and green it actually is, and there's after. A lot warmer, a lot healthier, and less monochromatic. So when you have that kind of image and it kind of looking a bit washed out, chances are there's probably heading for either a cyan or a green cast in the skin tone. And you'll know if it's cyan because it will show up in whites a lot clearer than it would green, otherwise you've got to head towards the green end of things, and therefore add magenta.